Hey guys, today we're asking the question, how do we build Extus Oriq Overlord on a budget? Let's get after it. Okay, I'm Steve the Actiri, and today we're going to do another Strixhaven commander. This is one of the most unique commanders, as it's got a creature on one side, and then on the back, it's got a sorcery. Let's read this guy. All right, so it's a 4-drop, 2 white, 1 color, or 1 white, 1 colorless, 2/4 double strike. Magecraft. Whenever you cast an copy an instant or sorcery spell, return target non-legendary creature card from your graveyard to your hand. It's important because we can use that a lot. The other side of this, and just to let you know, I'm using Cockatrice now instead of TCG Player. It seems a little bit more reasonably responsive, and I can make the cards bigger. Awaken the Blood Avatar. It's a 8-drop sorcery that we can reduce the mana cost for each creature we cast. As an initial cost to cast this spell, you may sacrifice any number of creatures. This spell costs 2 less to cast for each creature sacrificed this way. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. Create a 3/6 black and red avatar creature token with haste, and whenever this creature attacks, it deals 3 damage to each opponent. It's not legendary, so we can make multiple copies of this thing. Our goal is to cast it for 2 mana every time, 1 red, 1 black, and get a 3/6 haste avatar that's going to smack all of our opponents. Okay, so how are we going to do that? We're going to do that from 2 ways. We're going to cast a lot of creatures to accommodate the front side. Creatures that create tokens. Some of them that we're going to be doing are going to be like Impulsive Pilfer. This one's interesting because you can bring it back to your hand with the front side of Extus Oriq Overlord, or you can use it to cast the back side. And so the Encore ability here at the bottom says exile this card from your graveyard. For each opponent, create a token copy that attacks the opponent this turn available. We're going to cast it on our second main phase. They gain haste. Sacrifice them at the beginning of the next end step. So what this is going to do is we play the Encore. We have 3 opponents. We get a total of 4 of these tokens. We're going to sack all of these tokens to reduce the casting cost of our commander, the sorcery side, by 8. And then we're going to get a bunch of treasure tokens off. It's just good business, man. Another way that we're going to do that is we're going to use Geist Honored Monk. It's another creature that's just going to put some creatures out there, and we can bring Geist Honored Monk back to our hand if we want to with the front side of Extus. And then we also have the 2 Krankos in the deck. Krenko Mob Boss is going to create a bunch of goblins. There's a goblin sub-theme, a little baby one in here, with Krenko's Command, Dragon Fodder, Cordling Outburst, Goblin Slide, and then we also have Krenko 10 Street Kingpin. All right. This guy is going to be a boss all on his own. We can get him back with the front side of Extus, and we can also get him back with Alesha. We're going to talk about Alesha a little bit later. She's kind of our secret commander. She's one of our secret commanders in the deck. All right, so next up, we're going to look at our instants and sorceries that create value for us. So we're going to do one of 2 things. We want to either draw cards, or we want to create tokens. And so Altar's Reap is going to sack our creatures to draw us cards, or Costly Plunder, or Village Rites. So that'll trigger the front side of Extus. Or we can use Raise the Alarm to reduce the casting cost of Awaken the Blood Avatar. Or say, for instance, where is it? Sorcery's down here. Or we can use Dragon Fodder, Cordling Outburst, Krenko's Command. There is one more. I don't have it in here, but Lingering Souls is also in the deck online. Really, really great ways of reducing the casting cost of that Awakened Blood Avatar. We're also going to have a low artifact and enchantment count because we want to maximize our creatures and instants and sorceries. That way we can use either side of our commander at will to make sure that we're maximizing what we're doing. Okay. Next up, we want to use a lot of Enter the Battlefield triggers and a lot of Death triggers. So some of our Enter the Battlefield triggers include Mentor the Meek. Let's see where we at, buddy. Mentor the Meek. Mentor of the Meek draws us cards whenever we have a creature with power 2 or less enter the battlefield. Lots of tokens. And then we also have Soul Warden gains its life whenever creatures enter the battlefield. And then we also have Oketra's Monument up here at the top that is going to create tokens whenever we cast a creature spell. There's a baby combo in here with White Mane Lion and Oketra's Monument. Oketra's Monument is going to reduce his casting cost by 1. So he's going to cost us 1 white mana every time we cast him, and then we're going to return him to our hand every time. We're going to net gain 1 warrior token every time we cast White Mane Lion off of Oketra's Monument. So for every 1 white mana, we can make a 1/1 dude and get a bunch of enter the battlefield triggers. Then our death triggers, we're going to have Cruel Celebrant, going to make people lose life, gain, and we're going to gain life. Falcon Wrath Noble, same kind of idea. Then we're going to have Smothering Abomination, is going to draw us a bunch of cards. Be very careful with this guy. He will deck you if you're not careful. But he will draw you a bunch of cards. So Mentor the Meek is going to get us cards on the front side, and whenever they die, Smothering Abomination is going to get us cards. Let's see. Zulaport Cutthroat, again, another one of those death triggers that is going to gain us life, lose our opponent's life. Sweet. Sack outlets. Let's look at those. Vampire Rites. We already talked about Vampiric Rites is going to be one of our enchantments that actually draws us cards and gains us life. Very, very useful in this deck. Then we're also going to use Viscera Seer. Where'd you go? Viscera Seer, so we can scry a bunch, get a bunch of death triggers if we need to. Viscera Seer is also useful later with another combo. We also have High Market, which is another sack outlet if we need it. Again, Skull Clamp. Skull Clamp is our pseudo sack for all of our 1/1 tokens, and we can draw a bunch of cards. If you don't have Skull Clamp, go buy one. They're really good. I like basically include it in almost every one of my lists. All right, how are we going to win? We're going to cast our commander over and over and over and over. They're not going to be able to keep our commander off of the board because we can reduce the mana cost from all the creature tokens we're building. That's going to keep their board whittled down unless they're going super wide themselves. It's going to create a bunch of Blood Avatar tokens, really great. And their tokens, they're non-legendary, and so we can play something like Intangible Virtue and give our Blood Avatar Vigilance and +1/1. So now it's a 4/7 Vigilance creature that's attacking and making all of our other tokens bigger too. On top of that, we have a Symbol of Legion, which is going to generate a ton of tokens over time. If it just sits out there for like 4 or 5 turns, you're producing a lot. You can use those tokens for sacking to Awaken the Blood Avatar. You can use them for, Skull Clamp, whatever. And then with Intangible Virtue, those things are 2/2 haste, vigilance, stupid heads. Another one that's really great is Mob Rule. Sorry. Okay. All right. Sometimes I forget. So another one that we use that's really, really great is, let's see, where's Mob Rule? Mob Rule is here at the bottom. Mob Rule, gain control of all creatures with power 4 or greater until end of turn. Then we're going to sack them after combat with our Viscera Seer. Viscera Seer? Ooh, there you go. Or our Awaken the Blood Avatar. Because why not? Oh, I gained all control of all your creatures. Well, I'm going to cast my my commander again using your creatures. They're all going to die. Yay! I really, really love that. Now, another way we're going to win is all of our death triggers, again, with like the Zulaport Cutthroats, the Falcon Wrath Nobles, the Cruel Celebrant. Those are all going to give us death triggers. Now, let's talk about some of our secret commanders. We already talked about the Krankos. Krenko 10th Street Kingpin, Krenko Mob Boss. Then we're also going to talk about Alesha, who smiles at death. She's a secret commander because she reanimates a bunch of our stuff, like Cartographer's Hawk, Cruel Celebrant, Doomed Traveler. If you want to let Extus Overlord go to the graveyard, you can reanimate that. Falcon Wrath Noble, Geist Honored Monk, etc., etc. It's like half of the creatures in our deck can be reanimated with Alesha. On a runner. Then let's see. One of the most business card in this deck is probably Thalice Reverent Medium. She's going to create a ton of tokens. At the beginning of each end step, create X 1/1 flying white spirit creature tokens with flying, where X is the number of tokens you created this turn. So if you crank a mob boss and you create 3 tokens, Thalice is going to create 3 more tokens. Whew. Makes me happy. Then we've got utility. Varigoth can be reanimated with Alesha as well. Varigoth is our tutor. So what we can use Varigoth with is we can swing with Varigoth, get the bow's trigger, and then go search up Alesha in case this guy dies, and then reanimate him with Alesha if we have to. Just good business. And he's just going to start tutoring every turn. That's great. Then we also have some good utility with, let's see, we have Heliod's Intervention. It's a good card just to like destroy lots of artifacts and enchantments or gain life. And then we have Utter End, because why not? We just want to like get rid of that permanent completely forever, never think about it again, gone. Mythos of Snapdacks. Let me see, where is it? It is a sorcery that's interesting to me. Mythos of Snapdacks is kind of unique. You can, each player choose an artifact, creature, enchantment, and planeswalker from among, and, that says and. Wow. They sacrifice one of each type. Oh, no, okay, sorry. Non-land permanents they control, then sacrifices the rest. So they're going to keep one of each of these types and then sack the rest. If you pay red, black, white, all the colors, spent to cast a spell, you choose the permanents for each player instead. So you get to choose their little 1/1 token or their little crappy enchantment instead of their good stuff. Pretty good. I like it a lot. Rip Apart's another utility card that's brand new. Really freaking cool. Either destroys artifacts and enchantments or deals damage to creatures or planeswalkers. Really, really good. At the end of the day, guys, this deck came out to roughly $71 or to $84, and you can absolutely upgrade this, absolutely make it more busted, but this is the budget version. And so I think that this is a really, really great commander. It's going to be really cool to see how many times you can cast and create your Awaken the Blood Avatar token. Additionally, there is this, I included Lightning Greaves because, you know, if you want to keep some of your creatures alive for a little bit longer, I think a lot of people, everybody should have some Lightning Greaves. Anyway, guys, this is Steve, the Actiri. I hope you guys liked it. I hope you enjoyed. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. I'm putting out content every week, and I hope to see you back here next time whenever we do another Commander budget build. Deuces.